Gemini. The most powerful changes in life rarely announce themselves. They do not arrive with noise or spectacle. They move in silence, reshaping everything from the inside out, and by the time the world notices, the transformation is already complete. That is exactly what is happening in your life right now. There are 8 silent adjustments taking place, adjustments you may not have fully recognized yet, but each one is working to attract a level of stability into your life that you have longed for, prayed for, and quietly hoped for during the moments when no one else was watching. You are a Gemini, born under a sign that is often misunderstood as scattered or restless. But those who truly know you understand that beneath your movement, beneath your curiosity, beneath your ever-shifting surface lies a deep craving for solid ground. You want stability, not the boring kind that clips your wings, but the kind that gives you a firm foundation from which to soar. And the adjustments I am about to describe are building that foundation right now, brick by silent brick. Silent Adjustment 1. The first silent adjustment that is attracting more stability into your life, Gemini, is a change in the way you make decisions. For most of your life, decisions have been a battleground for your twin nature. One side says yes while the other says no. One side sees opportunity while the other sees risk. And caught between these two voices, you have often found yourself frozen, unable to commit, circling the same choices for weeks or months without ever landing on solid ground. But something is quietly shifting in the way you approach decisions now. You are becoming less interested in finding the perfect choice and more committed to making a choice and standing behind it. This is a monumental shift, Gemini, even though it is happening so subtly that you may not have fully noticed it yet. Because indecision is one of the greatest enemies of stability. Every time you waffle, every time you go back and forth, every time you change your mind for the 5th time, you send a signal to the universe that says, I am not ready to commit. And the universe, which always mirrors your energy, responds by keeping things unstable. But when you make a decision and hold it, when you choose a direction and walk it with conviction, you send a completely different signal. You tell the universe, I am ready for stability. I am ready for solid ground. And the universe responds by providing exactly that. The decisions you are making now, even the small ones, are building a pattern of commitment that is attracting stability into every area of your life. Keep choosing. Keep committing. Keep standing firm. Because every decision you make with confidence is another brick in the foundation of the stable life you are building. Silent Adjustment 2. The second silent adjustment is happening in your relationship with routine, and it is one that the typical Gemini would never expect to embrace. You have always been a creature of variety, Gemini, someone who thrives on change, who gets bored easily, who needs constant stimulation to feel alive. And there is nothing wrong with that energy. It is one of your greatest gifts. But somewhere along the way, your resistance to routine became a resistance to structure, and without structure, stability cannot take root. What is changing now, quietly and almost imperceptibly, is your understanding of what routine actually means. You are beginning to see that routine does not have to be a prison, can be a framework that holds space for your creativity, your spontaneity, your love of the new, while simultaneously providing the consistency that stability requires. You might have noticed small changes in your daily habits lately. Maybe you are waking up at a more consistent time. Maybe you have developed a morning practice that you actually look forward to. Maybe you have found a rhythm in your days that feels both structured and free, a rhythm that supports your energy instead of draining it. These changes may seem insignificant on the surface, but they are anything but. They are the silent adjustments of a soul that is preparing to receive stability, and they are working powerfully to create the conditions for lasting abundance in your life. Silent Adjustment 3. The third silent adjustment involves a shift in how you handle uncertainty, and this one cuts deep to the core of your Gemini nature. Uncertainty has always been a double-edged sword for you. On one side, you love the thrill of not knowing what comes next, the adventure of the unknown, the excitement of possibility. But on the other side, uncertainty about your financial future, about your security, about your ability to take care of yourself and the people you love. That kind of uncertainty has caused you real suffering over the years. What is changing now is your capacity to hold uncertainty without being destroyed by it. You are developing what might be called spiritual resilience, an ability to exist in the not knowing without falling apart, to stand in the middle of unanswered questions and still feel at peace. This is not about pretending that uncertainty does not exist or suppressing your very real concerns. It is about developing a deeper trust that allows you to weather the storms of not knowing without losing your center. And this adjustment, Gemini, is one of the most powerful attractors of stability that exists. Because stability is not the absence of uncertainty. Stability is the ability to remain steady in the face of it. When you can do that, when you can feel the ground shake and still keep your balance, you become the kind of person that stability is drawn to. You become a magnet for the very groundedness you have been seeking. Not because your life becomes perfectly predictable, but because you become perfectly capable of handling whatever comes. Silent adjustment 4. The fourth silent adjustment is a transformation in your relationship with money that is so subtle you might miss it entirely if you are not paying attention. Gemini, you have never been particularly attached to money in the way some signs are. You see it as a tool, a means to an end, something to be used rather than hoarded. And that perspective has its merits. But it has also led to a certain casualness about your finances that has not always served you well. You have been careless with money at times, not out of irresponsibility but out of a genuine lack of interest in the details of financial management. But now, quietly, almost without you realizing it, your attitude toward money is maturing. You are starting to pay more attention to where your money goes. You are beginning to think about the future in more concrete terms. You are developing an interest in understanding how money works, not just as a spiritual concept but as a practical tool for building the life you want. This growing financial awareness is attracting stability in a very direct way. Because when you understand your money, when you respect it, when you manage it with intention rather than indifference, it responds. It grows. It stays. It stops leaking out through the cracks of inattention and starts accumulating in ways that create real, lasting security. You do not need to become obsessed with money, Gemini. That is not your nature and it never will be. But this new level of awareness, this quiet attentiveness to your financial life, is going to make a bigger difference than you can imagine. If what you're hearing feels accurate, imagine what could happen if you applied this energy intentionally for 21 consecutive days. That's exactly what the 21-day program in the pinned comment is built for. Daily guidance, focused direction, and real momentum. If you're tired of staying in the same cycle, this is your structure. Silent adjustment 5. The fifth silent adjustment is happening in the way you communicate your needs, and this one is going to have ripple effects across every area of your life. Gemini, you are one of the most gifted communicators in the zodiac. You can talk about anything with anyone at any time. But when it comes to communicating your own needs, your own boundaries, your own non-negotiables, you have historically struggled. You have hinted when you should have stated. You have accommodated when you should have asserted. You have swallowed your truth to keep the peace and then wondered why your life felt so unstable. But something is changing in the way you use your voice now. You are becoming more direct, more honest, more willing to say what you mean without wrapping it in layers of diplomacy and deflection. You are learning that clear communication is not just a social skill. It is a stability tool. When you tell people exactly what you need, exactly what you expect, and exactly what you will not tolerate, you create clarity in your relationships. And clarity is the foundation of stability. There is no ambiguity, no misunderstanding, no room for the kind of confusion that leads to conflict and chaos. This new directness might feel uncomfortable at first. You might worry about being seen as difficult or demanding. But the truth is, Gemini, the people who truly care about you will respect your honesty, and the ones who do not were never going to contribute to your stability anyway. Speak your truth clearly, consistently, and without apology. It is one of the most stabilizing things you can do. Silent adjustment 6. The sixth silent adjustment involves a deepening of your spiritual life that is quietly but powerfully reshaping your entire existence. Gemini, you have always been intellectually curious about spiritual matters, always willing to explore new ideas, new philosophies, new ways of understanding the universe. But there is a difference between intellectual curiosity and genuine spiritual depth, and the adjustment happening now is moving you from one to the other. You are beginning to develop a personal spiritual practice that goes beyond reading and thinking about spirituality. You are starting to experience it, to feel it in your bones, to know it in the quiet moments when your busy mind finally settles down. Maybe it is meditation. Maybe it is prayer. Maybe it is simply sitting in silence and feeling connected to something larger than yourself. Whatever form it takes, This deepening spiritual connection is one of the most powerful stabilizing forces available to you. Because when you are spiritually grounded, nothing can truly shake you. Circumstances can change, finances can fluctuate, relationships can shift, but your center holds. Your peace remains. Your stability is not dependent on external conditions because it is rooted in something that external conditions cannot touch. This is the kind of stability that lasts, Gemini. Not the fragile stability that breaks at the first sign of trouble, but the deep, unshakable stability of a soul that knows its own ground. And you are building that ground right now, silently, faithfully, one quiet moment of spiritual connection at a time. Silent Adjustment 7. The seventh silent adjustment is a change in the way you relate to your past, and it is lifting a weight from your shoulders that you may not have even realized you were carrying. Gemini, your mind has a tendency to revisit the past, to replay old conversations, to reanalyze old decisions, to wonder what might have been if you had chosen differently. And while reflection can be valuable, the pattern you have been caught in goes beyond reflection. It is a loop, a cycle of regret and what if that has been consuming energy that could be directed toward building your future. But now something is shifting. You are beginning to make peace with your past in a way that feels final, complete, and genuinely liberating. You are starting to see that every decision you made, even the ones you regret, brought you exactly to this moment. And this moment, Gemini, is exactly where you need to be. This release of the past is creating an extraordinary amount of space in your life, space that was previously occupied by regret and rumination. And into that space, stability is flowing, because you cannot build a stable future while you are still living in an unstable past. The two cannot coexist. When you release the past, you free up every ounce of energy that was being wasted on reliving it, and that energy becomes available for construction, for building, for creating the solid, secure, abundant life that is waiting for you on the other side of release. Let the past be the past, Gemini. It has taught you everything it had to teach. Now turn your face forward and use what you learned to build something beautiful. Some people watch, others transform. If you want to be in the second group, the 21-day guide in the pinned comment gives you a clear step-by-step process aligned with your sign. This isn't about waiting, it's about moving. Silent Adjustment 8. The eighth and final silent adjustment is the most profound of all, Gemini, and it is a shift in what you believe you deserve. Deep in the architecture of your subconscious mind, there has been a blueprint, a design that specified exactly how much stability, how much comfort, how much abundance you were allowed to have. That blueprint was not drawn by you. It was drawn by your upbringing, by your culture, by your early experiences, by the voices that told you directly or indirectly that people like you do not get to have that kind of life. And for years, your life has conformed to that blueprint, never exceeding the limits that were set before you were old enough to question them. But now, Gemini, that blueprint is being redrawn. Silently, profoundly, irreversibly. You are beginning to believe, not just intellectually but in the deepest chambers of your being, that you deserve stability, that you deserve financial security, that you deserve a life where worry about money is not a daily companion, where the ground beneath your feet is solid, where the future is something you look forward to rather than something you dread. This shift in what you believe you deserve is the master adjustment, the one that makes all the other adjustments possible. Because you will never attract more than you believe you deserve. You will never build more than your internal blueprint allows. And when that blueprint expands, when it is redrawn to include the stability and abundance that are your birthright, your entire external reality begins to restructure itself to match. The silent adjustments are complete, Gemini. All 8 of them are working together, quietly and powerfully, to attract a level of stability into your life that you have never experienced before. You do not need to force anything. You do not need to struggle or push or fight. The adjustments are already in motion. Your only job now is to trust the process, stay the course, and prepare yourself to receive the stable, abundant, deeply satisfying life that is being built for you, one silent adjustment at a time. You have 2 options after this video: close it and hope things shift, or decide that the next 21 days will be different. If you choose the second, the structured 21-day transformation aligned with your sign is waiting in the pinned comment. The energy is already moving, the only question is whether you are.